How's it going? Ryan here. And today I'm going to go over the one trade that I took on SPY. I caught calls on a pullback, ended up for over a 40% return overall. Super solid trade for me. We'll get into that in just a second though. We're on the daily time frame here looking at SPY. A few of the levels I was watching that were, I guess, important for today were this 456.4, and then we had some levels from yesterday's trading session as well. Those are mainly the ones that came into play. So we also had the high and the low from yesterday's trading session, as well as the pre-market low. Like I said, that 456.4 or so, 3.5 we'll call it. We also had some levels above and below us. Didn't quite reach either of those. And overall, a green day. So take a look. Take a look at the trade that I took here. So, and I'm actually going to throw on the 9 EMA because I used it on the 5-minute and it was part of this trade. So, right off the bat, we kind of, before market open, bounced off this pre-market low. You can see we came down, bounced, came down, set that pre-market low, bounced, came down, retested it. So opened up, we're showing a little bit of strength, but got kind of pushed down. We're holding right around that 455 level, and on the 2-minute, really making like a bit of a bull flag. So that was one thing that I was watching is, the breakout of this flag. Did not take a trade there. I was trying to be patient. We had some news coming out this morning, so did not take a trade off this opening break of that bull flag, but it was something that I was watching. We had news come out at 8 revolving around job openings. So that's where you see this huge spike in volume, this big green candle, a lot of volatility come out of that. So I took no trades until right in here. I took calls right at the bottom here, targeting the high of day. So why did I do this? So there's a few things that went into it. One being that we bounced off the pre-market low and we were setting higher highs and higher lows. We were uptrending the entire day and we looked strong. News came out. We had a huge buying volume. We had a very bullish candle, and we had a pullback off of that. So I was expecting a pullback. Try to trade with the trend. We had a very established trend today. It was obviously an uptrend. We obviously had strength. We had buyers. I was watching this level for a reject. We blew right through it. So to me, we were looking strong on the day. We pulled back and we got below that level, but we were testing the EMA and holding that EMA really well. That was one thing that got me in, is that overall trend up, pulling back to the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. I really like the 9 EMA for trending markets on the 5-minute. So pretty much can tell when we have a trending day, that 9 EMA acts as a really good support. Also acts as a good signal to get in and out. So you can take calls off EMA acting as support. You can sell those calls once EMA breaks. That's a strategy I don't use, but that is a strategy that people do use. So on a trending day, when you get some of this choppier action, I ignore the EMA. It doesn't mean as much to me. It's mostly for trending moves. It's a really good place to spot for pullbacks. So that was one. We had a lot of bullish moves. This was a pullback to the EMA. So that's one reason. The biggest though, the number one reason I took this, and it is not letting me zoom in here, which is obnoxious. I don't get it. I don't get you, Thinkorswim. Sometimes you work and sometimes you really don't. So I'm gonna drop this because I don't use any indicators on my 2-minute, and I want you to see this as I saw it. This right here, this gave me confidence to take it. Another thing, look at what we did around this whole number 455. Came down, held support, rallied. Came down, holding that 456 whole number. I like whole numbers. 456 whole number, came down, held it. Look at what we're doing with the volume coinciding with the wicks. We have volume falling as we sell off, right? We have volume falling as we sell off. we have volume pick up as we hold this level. So this volume picking up is correlating with these wicks holding that 456 level. So you see that this pullback, we have a high volume push up, a low volume pullback. Volume increases as we start to find a base. That gave me all the confidence in the world that I needed. That was the reason I entered. The 2 minute really did it for me. Really, the 9 EMA on the 5 minute were just additional confirmation. If I didn't have that, I still would have taken this. So took 2 calls at this 456 level when we were wicking around in here, holding it. Once I saw us hold it on these 2 candles here, I took calls on this 3rd one. So saw us, increase in volume, hold this level, print a hammer. Loved it. Entered 2 calls here for 457, out of the money, same day expiration, a little bit more risky. The reason why I did so is they're really cheap. It was $44 per contract. So got 2 of them for $88. My risk was below this wick. So super minimal risk. If we had broken this level, if we'd make a new low here, that was it for me. I was out. We did not. So pretty much no drawback on this trade. It worked out. It was a really easy trade to take because there was no adversity in it really. Trimmed my first position once we hit this level. Reason being, that was the level that I was watching. We found some resistance initially. We closed right at it. Once we got above it, we held it as support, broke below it, retested it. So this is just a key level I was watching, and you see some of the price action around it, and it kind of makes sense. So took 1 contract off right here as we touched that. That was about 20% or around 20% on the first contract. So from here to here was about 20%. My next contract, I was looking to trim at high a day. I trimmed once we pushed up and got up towards yesterday's high. So I saw how we rejected off there. We pushed up and I took that profit. The contracts went from $44 to $70 when I took this. So almost a 100% gain, not quite. But yeah, sold my first for about a 20% gain, sold my other one for what is, a 44 to 70, almost, we'll say like 80 something percent. So overall, I made $31 off of $88, so 40 something percent. Like I said, I haven't done the math, just mental math, slightly less than 50, more than 40. So that trade played out really well for me. Really well. Had I had runners, had I had a bigger position, I probably would have trimmed here, and then left runners to see if we make new highs of the day. This move for sure would have stopped me out. But that's why you take profit. That's why you don't try to hold your whole position for a Hail Mary. Hit 20% profit, took it. Hit whatever that may have been, 80%, whatever it was profit, take it, So really happy how this trade played out. Really happy that I didn't hesitate. I saw volume, I saw price action, and I had an EMA. Everything kind of aligned there, so that made me feel really good about it. Trading with the trend, all these things. I think sometimes I'm hesitant to get into a trade like this because we're close to that level. So, I'm only, 40 cents or so from that level where I first trimmed. Normally I like to, I generally want to see like a 50 to a dollar or 50 cent to a dollar move. That's plenty for me, trading same day or 1 day out contracts that would get you a really nice percentage return. But I just felt confident. I felt confident with how we broke through that level earlier in the morning. I felt confident that we were holding this level. I felt confident that we would see our high a day again. So, like I said, trimmed 1 at the level, trimmed 2nd there. So, tight stop, really nice risk to reward on this trade. Pretty pleased with how it played out. This is 3rd day in a row that had a pretty good winning trade. The Friday, Monday, and today all together. Yeah, feeling like I'm in a bit of a rhythm lately in terms of just, I know I've had some hesitation. I've had some lack of execution. Like yesterday, I sold a bit early, didn't follow through on my plan completely, even if I made money. So I'm not perfect, and I don't think I ever will be. But I'm learning, and I'm applying those learnings. and it's been paying off so far lately, so I cannot complain. That's it. You can kind of see how the rest of the day, we did get a bigger move after that, but then kind of chopped around and had some more difficult price action to trade. There was obviously some nice rejections kind of off this just like general area in here. Didn't draw off that area in there. You can kind of see we bounced around through there, and then pretty much like in here as well. So pretty choppy day. I could see a lot of people getting chewed up if they were holding too long, or impatient. But there were some moves to be made. Any of these little moves and these bounces or these rejections, especially if you're trading like same day expiration, you can make a pretty good profit off that. But definitely tricky. That's all I got for you. I do appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. I do trade live Monday through Friday, so I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be here this whole week. Stop by, say what's up. Yeah, that's all I have. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you again for watching. Peace.